Welcome students. Today we will discuss about traveling salesman problem using genetic algorithm. First of all, let us recap what is happening in the genetic algorithm. Let us understand briefly about the genetic algorithm. The input to this algorithm are fitness function, F and C control list, which contains the control list parameters like maximum number of iterations, the population size and the number of elite members. So these are the general control list parameters, and you can also specify the maximum number of iterations. And the second step is initialization. So we have to generate a population of solutions, n solutions. We have to generate. In step 2, we will generate n populations. In the third step, we will set or get the population size from the control list parameter. In the fourth step, we will extract the number of elite members, and the fifth step is a loop variable, and sixth step it starts, you have to perform the looping statements, and the seventh step we will perform the evaluation of the current population. In the eighth step, choose the best solution and store or label it as elite solutions. That means they can be directly passed on to the next generation. And the ninth step, we will select the parents, two parents, based on the selection probability. This selection probability is calculated based on the fitness value. So we will select the parents based on the selected probability. In the 10th step, the selected parents, we will perform crossover operation and we will get children. In the 11th step, we will perform mutation. In the 12th step, the children gets appended with the elite members and it will be passed on to the next population, new population. The solutions in the elite and the solutions in the children, they are called as a new population. Like this, step 7 to step 13, all the statements are executed until you reach the termination criteria. In this, the termination criteria is maximum number of iterations. So after executing n number of iterations, maximum number of iterations, you will get the last population. Okay, out of the last population, you select the best solution as the optimum solution. You select one solution which is having high fitness value or low fitness value and label it as a optimum solution. Okay, this is the brief explanation. We have already discussed all these things. Let us rewind. What is the actual problem definition of the traveling salesman problem? So the traveling salesman problem consists of a salesman and a set of cities. That means here this problem is modeled graphically in the form of graph structure, where cities are represented by nodes and edges represent the distance between the two cities. So here nodes represents the cities and edges represent the distance between the two cities. So you can see 5 is the unit distance between A and E. Similarly, 10 is the unit distance between E and D. Similarly, you can see wherever there is a path between two cities, a edge is drawn. Edge is drawn and immediately the length is also represented. So likewise, this problem is modeled. Okay, if there is no path between two cities, means you need not put edge. So you can see there is no edge between A and C. You can see this. Okay, A and C, there is no edge. So let us define the problem. The salesman has to visit each one of the cities, starting from a certain one, starting from the hometown and again returning to the same town. So you need to traverse all the nodes one at a time and one time, and again you have to reach back to the starting node. You have to start from a source node and travel all the nodes and again reach the source node. So while doing all these things, here the challenge is that the traveling salesman wants to minimize the total length of the trip. You need to find the optimum path in such a way that the overall path length is very minimum. You have to find the minimum path length such that the traveling salesman will visit all the cities. Okay, so that is the problem definition. Once you understood, let us see what is happening. Okay, we'll put the heading. So I am writing traveling salesman problem. Using genetic algorithm, GA. So you can see, let us write the genetic algorithm briefly. Genetic algorithm, the operations of genetic algorithm. I will write main operations. First one is generate random population and finding path length, find the selection probability which is required for genetic operators, for each solution. Third step is, we have shown you the pseudocode and we will write briefly here. Prepare or you can directly write perform crossover operation, to get childs or offspring solutions. And in the fourth step, crossover operation, you can write here mutation operation also. Perform crossover operation, mutation operation to get child or offspring solutions, and you can compare parent and child solution for replacement in the new population. And the final step is, again you have to repeat steps. Now repeat the steps 2 to 5 until termination criteria is reached. Until termination criteria is reached, you have to repeat these steps. So for genetic algorithm, first of all we have to understand how to represent a solution for traveling salesman problem. So let me draw again that graphical structure. So if you observe that we are having 5 cities, something like this. Let us represent the cities. I think this is the cities A, B, C, D, E. So instead of A, B, C, D, E, let us represent in numerical form. A as 1, B as 2, C as 3, D as 4, and E is represented as 5. Let us represent the graphical structure. Draw 1 and 2, 3, this is 4. So you can see this, there is a path, you can see there is a path between, and it is a bidirectional path. This is a path length. This is the 12 path length. Similarly here it is 10. You can see from this diagram only we are drawing. And then there is a path between 2 to 4 and the length is 8. There is a length path between 2 to 3. Similarly, there is a path between 3 to 4, 3, and similarly you are having the path between. Okay, so this is a path. So if you observe this, it is a symmetric matrix, and also there is a bidirectional path that exists between each pair of cities. Okay, so you can draw a matrix, distance matrix. Let us compute a distance matrix. This is for our flexibility purpose. Let me draw in different color. Distance matrix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see there is no self loops are there. So the distance between 1 and 2 is 2, and 1 and 3 is so as of now we'll calculate the direct distance. So let us see the direct distance. There is no direct distance is there. You can see here. So there is no direct path is there. So you can put as infinity something like this. 1 and 4 it is 12, 1 and 5 is 5, 2 and 1 is same as 1 and 2, 2 2 there is no path length, 2 to 3 is 4, and 2 to 4 is 8, 2 to 4 is 8, and 2 to 5 there is no direct path. So 3 to 1 is also there is no path, infinity. 3 to 2 is same as 2 to 3, and 3 to 3 there is no self, it is meaningless for this traveling salesman. 3 to 4 there is a path and the length is 3. Between 3 and 5 the length is path is there. So similarly for in between 4 and 1 there is a path 12, and 4 and 2, between 4 and 2 there is a path, you can write 8, and between 4 and 3 again there is a path 3. 4 and 4 it is meaningless as far as this problem is concerned. 4 to 5 is 10. Between 5 and 1 is 5, 5 and 2 is there is no path, direct infinity you can put, and 5 and 3 is same as 3 and 5, 5 and 4 is same as 4 and 5, and this. So you can see this is infinity. So that means there is no direct path. Okay, there is no direct path available. Okay, so this is the case. Once it is over, now what we will do is we will try to find the optimum path so that your overall path length is reduced. Okay, let us see how we can solve using genetic algorithm. So after converting into this, let us see the next step. So here the next step is how to represent the solutions. Okay, how to represent the solutions. I already told you. Let us suppose that traveling salesman has to start from city A. So as per the problem, again he has to reach the destination again A. So I already told you the labeling for A is given as 1. So therefore you can have different paths like this, different paths. So here you will represent in the form of numerical real valued representation. So it can be path is something like this: A, B, C, D, again E, A. So you can convert this into numerical representation: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So again, for our genetic algorithm processing, what we will do means, since source and destination is there, we can omit this one. Okay, since we know already this one. So as of now, we will take, this is the source is A. So what we will do means, we need not put this source and destination again and again. So we'll represent in simple terms. So therefore the path length is, you need not represent for all these things. You can directly represent take the intermediate path length. So 2 dash 3 dash 4 dash 5. This is path length 1. This is one solution. Similarly, by randomly you can generate different solutions like 4, 3, 2, 5. That is another solution, and you can generate something like this: 5, 4, 2, 3. This is also one solution, and you can generate n number of solutions: 3, 2, 3, 2. What you can say? 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, something like this. 5. So all are different solutions. So this is the representation we will use: real valued representation for solution. Okay. So this is the important step. How do we represent a solution? So here we will follow this pattern. Okay, we will follow this pattern. So by default, since I already told you, A is since we assumed that source is A and destination is automatically A, so you need not put everything again and again. Okay. So let us solve this. Once we understood this, another important concept is how do we perform crossover. How do we perform crossover? How do we perform? Because in genetic algorithm we need to perform crossover operation. How do we perform crossover operation? That is the important point. Next one is, okay. So since we already in the previous slide we have seen feature representation, crossover operation, we have seen how the features are represented like this. Our next task is crossover operation. So let us see the crossover operation. We have already seen the features are represented in the form of real valued numbers 2, 3, 4, 5 and 4, 3, 2, 5 like this. And let us see how crossover operation is performed. Let us see one by one. So let us take, I will explain with example so that you will understand in a better way. So here we will perform the crossover using PMX technique. That means partially mapped crossover. In short, I will tell as PMX technique. In this technique, what we will do means we will take one point as a crossover, and then we divide into two halves, and then we will swap the two halves with the two parents so that you will get two childs. So let us see one example so that you will understand in a clear way. Let us suppose we are having a path P1, path 1, or you can say parent 1, something like this. We are having 5, 7, 1. So this is just an example. In our example, only 5 cities are there. Just this is for your illustration. 3, 6, 4, 2, and similarly there is another parent whose path length is 4, 6, 2, 7, 3. This is just randomly taken. I am just randomly taken 1, 5. Our next point is choose one point, okay, as a crossover point. Let us say, for example, I choose at this point I am going to perform crossover. So what I will do is I will try to divide at this position. Okay, this is crossover point. You can call it as a crossover point. So after dividing it, you are getting two halves. So let us see how first child is performed. So what we have to do is you have to transfer this 462. You have to transfer this 462. Transfer this 462 to the upper half of the parent one. So what we will do is, let us transfer one by one. Okay, you have to do carefully, slowly. So what we will do is, first we will take the 4 value and then we will transfer it to the same location, that is the first location. So what we will do, when 4 gets transferred to here, it gets violated with this 4th position. So I already told you, in TSP problem we are having one constraint called, there is one constraint is there. If you see the problem definition, a traveling salesman person, he should not visit a city more than once. So if you transfer the 4 to the same position, it will violate with this. Okay, so these two will be violated. If you transfer the 4 in the above parent, it will violate. So what you have to do means, before transferring, what you have to do is, you have to swap the positions of this one 5 and 4. So after swapping only, you need to perform the transformation. Okay, so the first step is you have to swap 4 and 5. So after swapping, you will get something like this: 4, 7, 1, 3, 6, 5, 2. After swapping, you can transfer this 4 to the above position, which is also same one. Okay, so now we have successfully transferred the first number. Okay, we have successfully transferred first number. Okay, now next step is you have to transfer the 6th number to the 2nd position. So what I will do means, again it is simple. I have to transfer to this position, but when you transfer to this, it will violate with this position. Here already 6 is present. If you transfer here, you will have 2 6. That means you are visiting the city more than once. So what you will do is, you will swap 7 and 6, and then you transfer the 6 from 2nd parent to 1st parent. Okay, so therefore in the 2nd step, what you will do is, so this 6 will be transferred. So P1, P2. So 4, 6 will be 7 will be swapped with 6 location, and 6 will be transferred. So you will get something like this: 3, 7, 5, 2, and again you will have 4, 6, 2, 7, 3, 1, 5. So we have successfully transferred the 6 also. Now the final thing is, at this point we have to cross over. Until this position we have to perform the crossover. Now next target is, you have to transfer 2. You can transfer 2 also. Let us see how we can transfer the 2. If you transfer 2, it will violate with this position, because you cannot visit the city more than once. So what you will do is, you swap the 2 cities 1 and 2, and after that you perform the swapping. Okay, let us see the 3rd step. So parent P1, you can see 4, 6, after swapping 4, 6, 2, 3, 7, 5, 1, and P2 will be something like 4, 6, 2, 7, 3, 1, 5. So you can see this whole portion of the second path is transferred to the above parent. So you can see this is our first child. Okay, so we got our first child. So let us write the first child here. 4, 6, 2. What is the first child? You can write in blue color. What is the first child? I will write, or we can write first child. The first child is first child is 4, 6, 2, 3, 7, 5, 1. Okay. This is the first child. Similarly, you have to generate the second child. Let us see what is the procedure. Again, this is the same procedure. So you take the same parents. So here, whatever the parents we have taken, again you have to take the same parents. Okay. So let us write P1. You can see this. You take the same parents. You take the same parents. 5, 7, 1. So for finding the second child, you just perform in reverse manner. Just you write the second parent first. What is the second parent? 4, 6, 2, 7, 3, 1, 5. Just I have interchanged. It is for finding the second child. What we are doing is just we are writing like this. You take the same parents. 5, 7, 1, 3, 6, 4, 2. So again, we have already taken the crossover point at 3 location. So our next job is you have to transfer the entire content here. You can see this. Previously we have transferred 4, 6 to P1. Now we will transfer 5, 7 to P2. Okay, that is our first task. Let us see how we can achieve this. First of all, what we will do is, in first step, I think it is not visible. First step, you take 5 and then you try to move it. If you move it, it will violate with this location. So before moving, you swap the location and then you move it. So as a result, what will happen means, in the first step you will get 5, 6, 2, 7, 3, 1, 4. Okay. So that is the thing you got, and you can write like this. So after first step, you have successfully transferred the number 5 to the above parent. So just, and next thing is you have to transfer 7. If you perform the transform 7 to the above position, it will violate with this. So you better swap. In the second step, what you will do is you perform the swap. Okay, let us see. P2 is 5, 7, 2, 6 3 1 4. Similarly for P1 you will get 5 7 1 3 6 4 2. So we successfully transferred 7 also. Now we have to transfer the 7 to the parent P2. So if you transfer, it will violate with this location. So you swap it and then you perform the transformation. So after doing this, you will get P2 P1 5 7, this time 1 6 3 2 4. Similarly you will get 5 7 1 3 6 4 2. So after transforming, we got the second child. You can see this. I transferred 5 7 1 to the above parent and you got the second child. So now you should understand like this. Therefore finally second child is, you can see from my figure, second child is, or you can do C2 is 5 7 1 6 3 2 4. Similarly first child is, we have already calculated 4 6 2 3. You can see this 4 6 2 3 4 6 2 3 7 5 1. So in this way child paths are produced. So now after understanding the crossover operation for performing in TSP problem, now let us define the mutation, how mutation has to be performed in traveling salesman problem. Okay, so let us see. We are having different types, in different ways we can perform mutation. First type is exchange type. In this exchange type, I already told you, mutation means it requires only one parent. Say for example, you are having 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. This is the path length, something like this. What to do means, you randomly select 2 points. You randomly select 2 points. Say for example, I selected this point and this point. So after selecting that, you need to perform, you can see the mutation type is exchange. So the output will be, if you apply the mutation, so the result will be something like this: 1 dash 5 3 4 2 6 7. That means you can see this 2 gets swapped at this location. Similarly 5 gets changed at this location. So this is what is happening. This is your child. Okay, this is your child path. Okay, similarly you can have another type of mutation operator, insertion. Let us take 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Again for insertion, what you will do is, instead of taking 2 crossover points, 2 mutation points, you will take one point, any one point. I will tell, if you apply insertion type mutation, so what you have to do is, you select any any one mutation point. This is a mutation point. In the crossover, we have selected crossover point. This is mutation point. You choose, try to shift at that position. Say for example, I want to shift at second position. So what I will do is, I will transfer at second position, and all the remaining numbers are shifted towards right hand side. So you can see 2 get shifted to here, 2 get shifted to here, and whereas 5, 6, 7 they are in normal position. So this is your child 1. So I think you are understanding. This is insertion type. Similarly, you can have displacement type also. Displacement type. Displacement type means, let us take another same example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You take a bunch of path, bunch of subpath, something like this, and in this mutation, displacement type mutation, what will happen means, you can shift all the subpaths to any desired location. Let us, it is 2 means, you can shift entirely like this, 3, 4, instead of shifting one number, we are shifting a bunch of numbers. Okay, so this will be your child. So that is a specialty here. So different types of mutation operators you can apply and to get the child, and you can use it for your genetic algorithm. So after understanding how the solution is represented for TSP and how crossover operation can be performed and how mutation operation can be performed, now it is time to write a small single iteration. Okay, single iteration about how genetic algorithm works for TSP. So GA algorithm for TSP. So I will write. Let us suppose the population size is n is equal to 4. That means only 4 paths are there. Okay, 4 paths are there. Let us assume, for simplicity, we will take the same example. So we will take the same example, and you can see, let us take this 4 path, 2, 3, 4, 5, and randomly we will generate. This is the first initial population, and initial population I will take serial number 1. This is initial population, initially randomly generated population P0, initially randomly generated population P0, you can note it down, all these things. So let us represent 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. I am randomly generating 2, 3, 4, 5. Second path is 4, 3, 2, 5. Third step is 5, 4, 2, 3. 5, 4, 2, 3. And 3, 2, 4, 5. 3 2 3 2 4 5. So after generating initial population, you can see our next step is, you can see what is the next step. Evaluate the population. Okay, that is finding the path length, or you can say the fitness value, whatever it is, fitness value. So that means F. So the fitness value for each path is the sum of length from the source through all the paths. So the first path is 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5 means 1 2 3 4 5. So therefore 2 plus 4 6, 6 plus 3 9, 9 9 plus 10 19, 19 plus 5 19 plus 5 24. So you put 24 as a fitness value, and 4325 4325, let us see. 4 from 1 to 4 it is 12. So you can see, please see this, it's very simple. 4325 means you have to calculate from 1 to 4 plus 3 to 5 again 1. So the path length between 1 to 4 is, let us see the diagram. 4325, let me write here 4325 here, 4325. So you can add 1 here, 1 here. So 1 4 it is 12. Okay, 12 plus 3 15, 15 plus 4 19, 19. So there is no path actually. So you can see there is no path between 2 to 5. You can observe it. So let us put the infinity. Let us put the infinity. So let us put 5 4 2 3. There is another case is there. 5 4 2 3. 5 4 2 3. So you can see 1 to 5 path is there. 5 plus 10 15, 15 15 plus 8 is 23, 23 plus 4, so 23 plus 4 27. Again 3 to 1 there is no path, so again it is infinity. Simple. So you can put infinity and 3 2 4 5, 3 2 4 5, 3 2 4 5. So 1 2 3 there is no path. This also you can put infinity. So our problem. So with this infinity again calculate the. I will erase this one. So after calculating the fitness value, you have to calculate the probability. Okay, therefore if you see by easy guess, this is having more probability than others. Okay, so what you have to do means, let us denote as P1, P2, P3, P4. So you randomly select 2 parents, okay, to generate the next population or child population or whatever it is. or you can see crossover, or I will do crossover. So with the help of fitness property, let us say I am selecting these two as parents. This is P1 and P2 are parents, and these two are parents. So what I will do means I will try to construct a crossover. So let us see, you can see 2, 3, 4, 5 and 4, 3, 2, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, and what is another parent? P2, 4, 3, 2, 5. 4, 3, 2, 5. This is P1, P2. So let us perform the crossover. So by using the above techniques, what we have discussed here, so here also we will apply a crossover so that you will understand. Let us say, for example, you have to select one crossover point. Let us say I perform the crossover point randomly at this position. So let us say perform the crossover and transfer just like we have discussed earlier. So you have to swap with this, and therefore what you will get means, and 4, 3, 2, 5, and here also 4, 3, 2, 5. So since already 3 is already there, so no need to swap. So therefore you will get, this is the child. Okay, so what you will do means you will get the first child as 4, 3, 2, 5. This is the first child. Okay. Similarly, for calculating the second child, what we will do is we will perform the reverse. You take P2 and P1 and you write 4, 3, 2, 5 and 2, 3, 4, 5. So you try to transform it. Okay. So if you transform it, it will violate with this. So you better swap it. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So anyway, you are getting the same thing, the opposite version. So let us see what happens. So the second child is 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let us delete this. Similarly, take 5, 4, take another parent, these two parents, 5, 4, 2, 3, 5, 4, 2, 3. This is parent P3. What is the parent P4? Just I am selecting two parents and then performing here crossover. 3, 2, 4, 5. 3, 2, 4, 5. Let us take the crossover point randomly. Let us assume again it is 2. For a change, let us take the crossover point as 3 randomly. So let us transform it. So if you transform it, it will violate with this. So you transform it 3, 4, 2, 5. Since already explanation is already given, I am directly writing 3, 2, 4 and 5. So again you need to perform the swapping here. So you can see I am hurrying a little bit. 2, 4, 5, 3, 2, 4, 5. So here again we got the same thing only. So 3, 2, 4, 5. Okay. 3, 2, 4, 5. For child, let us see the child. For this is the first child, and take the second child. Let us write in reverse manner. 3, 2, 4, 5 and 5, 4, 2, 3 and you can see this. Let us swap. So we will get 5 and 5 2 4 3, and here you will get 5 4 2 3, and if you swap here, you need to swap here. So as a result, you will get 5 4 2 3 and 5 4 2 3. So anyway, we are getting the same thing only. We are getting the opposite version. 5 4 2 3. Now the twist came is, after crossover, you need to perform the mutation. So let us say, for example, we already discussed the mutation. I am taking a simple exchange type mutation for this thing. So I am selecting these two positions for performing exchanging. 4 2 3 5. Similarly, I am applying. You take randomly any two positions and performing exchange type mutation. So 5 3 4 2, and you select these two positions and perform exchange 2 3 4 5, and let us select these two, 5 4 3 2. So now we got mutation. After mutation, this is our new population. Okay, new population. You can see this is our new population. So in these steps, we didn't include the elite concept. You can also incorporate, that is not a problem. Just this is one sample example of how a single iteration can be performed. Like this, you have to perform this experiment for maximum number of iterations to get optimum solution. Okay, so once maximum number of iterations are reached, you will get last population. Out of the last population, pick the solution which is having minimum path length. Okay, so that means you have to calculate the fitness value and then choose the path with minimum fitness value. Okay, so this is the how we will calculate the population one after another. Okay students, here there are so many hyperparameters are there. You can choose different hyperparameters and run the algorithm and evaluate its performance. This is for one iteration. Thank you students. We will see in the next class.